for this full moon, July 13th, 2022. And again, if you're watching this on YouTube, please like, share, and subscribe. If you're watching me on Spotify, please like, share, subscribe. I don't know how all of that works, but you guys are smart and you can figure that out. So this is for each individual sign, starting with Aries. So first card out for Aries is we have Cancer. So either you have Cancer placements, someone in your life is a Cancer, or you need to embody this Cancer energy, a sensitive, introspective phase, belonging. I think that not only for Aries, for each individual sign, we have this longing to figure out why we're here. What's our purpose, right? And I really want you to focus on why you want to belong, right? There's many of us who feel like we need to be part of a group, and there's many of us who march to the own beat of our drum. I think that in life we need to find a balance, because either way, if you march to the beat of your own drum, you isolate yourself. If you're worried about what people are telling and saying to you, Aries, then you get into the position of someone else controlling your narrative. Your second card out is the ninth house, and it talks about faith. Having faith in yourself, in your own individuality, excuse me, is important at this time for your growth. I think we need to, again, let preconceived notions go and follow your own life path. I like that we have a palm here. And they're doing palmistry, and there's a Ouija board. And I think that having faith and finding what that means for you, because my faith is for me, your faith is for you. I think that it's important to find out where you place in this world, but having a balance of both, finding people who kind of think like you, and then also practicing self-love, that you really don't care what they think, you're looking for a companion. Third card out is attuned to the divine. Again, another faith card. So attuning yourself into whatever it is that works for you. Again, finding your individuality. I don't know why I can't say that word today. A sense of belonging, but also keeping that fire in your space, that no one's going to control you, right? Because I want you to be very careful with that. You also have nourishment. What feeds your soul? What feeds your energy here, Aries? Again, this is going to be, I have three cameras. This is going to be something that speaks to who you are as an individual. It's very easy to get onto these TikToks and YouTube pages, and FYPs are very geared towards you not hearing a difference of opinion. It's important for you to have a balance and learn about different faiths. I happen to believe in God. That's my belief. But I also listen to Buddhism, and I also listen to other faiths, because I think there is a common thread, a commonality that feeds my soul, that is truth for me. And it just makes sense. And I'm able to individually put this together for me. And that, I think, is what Aries is being guided to through this full moon. So let's get rid of the junk, Aries, and move forward into you coming into your own. We're going to move on to Taurus, and I will shuffle the cards again. But as you can see, I like to place the cards back in a certain way. Everyone has their own style. So now we're on Taurus. So TikTok, thank you for joining me. I'm not giving any readings during this live. I'm just going to go on with the signs. If you want to watch a replay, you can go over to my YouTube or listen to me on Spotify, Delilah Spiritual Spot. So Taurus. Oh, two cards, Taurus. Excuse me. So Taurus, you have eclipse in Aquarius, and we have eclipse in Sagittarius. Eclipse is partial illumination, and I think that you are on a journey into full illumination. I like that this card in particular has success after a setback, because there might have been a hiccup in your growth. Not something to knock you off your path totally, but just something to make you question things. You're deepening, your deeper resolve rises, right? So there is a secondary awakening growth that is happening for you, and it's being guided by this full moon. So you may experience certain things, certain periods of enlightenment leading up to the full moon and a few days beyond, because we know that the full moon lasts for a few days. I really want you to pay attention to your dreaming phase, not only while you're asleep, but also while you're awake. Daydreams are important to you at this time. You're going to be receiving messages. Your second, well, really your third card out is Mercury retrograde, reinvention. After a setback, you're reinventing yourself. You're finding out a different way. Maybe you're adding to your faith, adding, something. I feel like you were taught one way and you're learning something from somebody else and trying to incorporate that into your own beliefs, which is something I do. And I strongly believe in that. And here you are showing up in a big way. So your personality, Taurus, is heightened during this time. This full moon is going to be very powerful for you. You have last quarter moon in Taurus. Be proud of yourself. Be proud of how far you've gotten. Right? And don't worry about the setbacks too much. Setbacks happen for a reason, and we're meant to learn from them. Two cards again. These cards are talking to you. You're blossoming in your growth, and you have sovereignty. Being true to yourself, being your high priestess, understanding that you are receiving these messages and that it is your truth. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters. It is your truth, right? Your enlightenment, your energy. And that is for you, Taurus. We're going to get into Gemini. I'm surprised I haven't gotten interrupted yet by any family while I'm doing this. Normally, I have a couple of interruptions. So, moving on to Gemini. Let's get into the shuffle, Gemini. Gemini. What does Gemini need to know for the 13th? The full moon on the... Jesus, Gemini. So 3 cards flew out. You have the sun in Virgo. You have the sun in Libra. Very good energy. Eclipse in Aries. So first card out. Here we have you reap what you sow. Endeavor. This is not a negative, right? People use this saying in a negative connotation. It's not. The energy you put in is the energy you get out, whether negative or positive. Stay in the positive, right? Work hard, because you're going to be reaping the benefits. The full moon is going to help you with that. Enjoy life with music, love, and romance, harmony. Also a very positive card. It's a card of balance between these two. And I tell you why. Because you need to enjoy life, because you have been working hard. What's the point of working hard if you have no enjoyment? If you don't go out and dance, sing, enjoy your money, do things that cost low money if you don't have it. Going out, dancing in your house doesn't cost any money. Going out for a long walk doesn't cost any money. Getting out and enjoying yourself. Right? And this is where the collaboration comes. Boost relationships through teamwork and compromise, collaboration. I think that maybe you can get help from someone to take some of the burdens off of you. And if not getting help, learning how to enjoy yourself. We all have that person in our life that seems to be having a good time no matter what, always has a smile on their face. Ask them questions, figure them out, figure out what's their secret. It can help you. Your other additional card is balance. And this is what I was talking about. I'm not surprised that came out, because I just talked about the balance. Balance between work and play, right? If we don't have that work-life balance, that's what leads to depression, anger, anxiety, because it's part of release. Oh my God. I love it when spirit does this. It's part of your release. When we release that negative energy, when we do things to have fun after a hard day's work or after a month's hard, however long you've been working, um, releasing that negativity back to the earth, right, will give you a sense of clarity. Like you'll be able to think clearly, you'll be able to move in a certain way. You'll just feel better about yourself and life in general because we've released. So really the full moon for you, Gemini, is finding like this balance that's necessary. You also got the full moon in Capricorn. Take a reality check. Really look at yourself and understand the things that need to be released because that's what full moons are about, right? Releasing what no longer serves us. And that is for you, Gemini. Thank you for anyone watching on TikTok. And I haven't been live on TikTok readings. I will do that soon. I might do that later today because I have some time. I'm just going to give these cards a quick shuffle and we're going to move forward into our Cancerians. So moving on to Cancer. Again, if you want to catch your sign, you can catch me on YouTube, Delilah's Spiritual Spot. That'll have the replay, or if you prefer Spotify, it'll be on Spotify, Delilah's Spiritual Spot. Eclipse in Capricorn, finding a new direction, Cancer, right? So this is what this full moon is for you about, trying to figure out what makes you happy. Sometimes that's doing a 360. But I really want to focus on, because I don't think you know what makes you happy. It says to reevaluate success, and success is very individualized, but I don't think it's making you happy. So I think you need to figure out first what makes you happy, and then secondarily, what direction you want to go in and how to incorporate the old with the new. Your secondary card is Destiny. And I think you're asking yourself that right now. And this is part of that new direction. So maybe it's not about the money for you. Maybe it's about happiness. Maybe it's about both. Maybe it is about the money. Each Cancer has to answer that question for themselves. What direction is going to bring me happiness, and what is your destiny in regards to that new direction? Remember, guys, the full moon is about release. So think about also what it is we need to let go to move forward. But lots of deep thinking here, which I dig. I'm a deep thinker. I think probably too much. So I'm always doing shadow work. Your third card is first quarter moon in Libra. Keep your heart open. A lot of times we live with these expectations, Cancer. And I don't want you to do what is expected of you because everybody has their opinion on your life. I want you to do what makes you happy. So with that card, for me, it's telling me to keep your heart open to yourself and maybe not listen to what other people expect or want from you. You have assessing, and this is what I just talked about, that shadow work. You've been in this assessment phase for a long time. I think this full moon's gonna close things up for you and give you some type of new direction. You have gratitude here, and I think that you are grateful. You are grateful for the successes you've had, but you understand that you can't live by somebody else's rules. I like that this hand, if you can see it for the live people on TikTok, and for the people watching on video, on the camera above, you see how it's an older person whose hand they're grabbing. I think you are grateful. We just no longer can follow the expectations of our elders or parents anymore because it's not making you happy. It's not bringing you joy. And this is why we're in the phase of trying to find a new direction. That is for you, Cancer. We're going to move forward to our Leos here and see what does Leo need to know. Again, if you want to watch this, the replay will be on YouTube or Spotify. Delilah Spiritual Spot. Let's go with Leo. Leo. What does Leo need to know? 2 cards for Leo. Oh, look, you got endeavor and status. So you reap what you sow, work diligently towards your goals. Sun in Virgo and Sun in Capricorn. And I think your hard work is just going to pay off. I really do think that people are, when I see this card and I look deep into it, I see the illumination on you and people recognizing your talents and what you bring. And on top of that, you are recognizing your talents and what you bring to the table. I think the full moon's going to illuminate that for you. And again, the full moon is the 13th of July. So let's see here. Let's get another card for you. We have Aries, I am. And this is you stepping into your power. You are great at what you do. You are a great individual. You do bring something to the table, something very important to the table. And it's not boastful. It's not being an egomaniac, which Leos can be accused of. I think it's just your truth. And it's okay to recognize, listen, I am the ish. I will, and I do. Your additional card is be real, full moon in Aquarius. You're just being real. You're being you. Don't dull your shine for other people, right? It's people need to match your energy. And if they don't, if they're jealous of it, discard them. Remember, full moon is discarding things that no longer serve you. Unfortunately, that means people sometimes. Your last card is acceptance, right? And I love this because I think that you stepping into your power, realizing your strengths, is you just accepting that, you know what? It's okay to excel. It's okay to excel beyond other people. Again, at work, either people will step off or fall back because, again, you're out here trying to do for yourself and your family, and your responsibility is not to always carry somebody with you. Your responsibility is to carry yourself. That is for you, Leo. Now let's get to our Virgos. Excuse me. Let's get to our Virgos. Let's separate these cards. So I separate cards, guys. And I'm actually putting these things in the wrong deck. So I separate cards because if they come out several times, that means that there is something universal that needs to be discussed for each sign. So now we're on to Virgo. We're on to Virgo. Again, for those watching on TikTok, because there's people jumping in and out, you can catch the replay on my YouTube channel or Spotify. And it's Delilah's Spiritual Spot. And if I'm all over the place, I'm working with 3 cameras, which is something I'm not accustomed to doing. So 2 cards. Lots of Virgo energy coming out. If you notice, most people got that Virgo energy. Virgos are very in tune with Earth. They're very in tune with their senses. They're also very caring individuals, but they have a passive aggressiveness about them. And so for those of you who are not Virgo, you may be experiencing something like that. So the fact that this came out for Virgos during the Virgo reading is very interesting. So the moon in Virgo. So this is an emotional time for you. I I mentioned that passive aggressiveness because we do have this moon in Pisces. And so very emotional time. And this release is going to it's going to mean a lot for you. It's an emotional release. So this is tied in with people you need to let go, and it's been very difficult for you. So the first card, the chance to boost health and vitality leads to satisfaction, contentment. So you're trying to find your happiness in life, um, and this is why this is an emotional release, because unfortunately, it's not things and situations. It's probably related to people who are, you know, who you care about, who you have to move on from. Follow your dreams, wonder, right? Following your dreams, making sure you're taking care of your health is important to you at this time. I drew that deck. I may need to go back to that. All right, Libra, you're next. Leo, I did Leo. So let's go. Let's move forward. Pisces again, that emotional energy is high for you, Virgo. You need to believe. You need to believe above all you are making the right decisions for you, letting go of the wrong situations. You also have the number 24 twice. So this number is particularly important to you. It could be the 24th of a month, or it could be the 6th if we add the 2 and the 4 together. This is a very high emotional tide for you. I want you to be very careful with making decisions based on emotion, making sure we release that emotion. Very, very cathartic time for you. Might be some tears involved. Take a breather. Last quarter moon in Cancer, another emotional card, water sign. So you're either dealing with a water sign or you are taking on that energy. But be very aware that this is important. This release is very strong. Very strong. And it is motivated by messages you are receiving, because you are very intuitive. But don't let the emotions cloud your intuition. Wisdom. This is card number 22. This wisdom is beyond you. This wisdom is part of your intuition. And this is probably why you are having some type of yin yang pull, negative, positive. Like, you can see the positivity with going after your dreams and making this move. And the negative is that you will no longer have this person in your life. It is a strong release, and it's going to be a very emotional one for you, but one that is necessary. And this is only the full moon. The full moon lasts a few days. So the full moon is on the 13th. And so use the moon energy wisely. Think of the moon phases as a calendar, right? Manifest, release, manifest, release. That's really what it is. It's an actual calendar we can go by. Libra, we are on to you. I thought I saw some Libras here. So Libra, we are on to you. And let's see what your energy is. Your energy is you. Libra, moon in Libra, love. Love is on the brain for you this full moon. Are you releasing love? Do you want to draw love in? Now, some people use the full moon, and there's a whole lot of people who be like, you're not supposed to use the moon this way. You use the moon as your guides and your spirit directs you to. I'm a believer in when we receive a message and they want us to work with the energy a certain way, you do it. If you're trying to release, it's a good time to release love. If you're trying to draw it in, it's a good time for you to draw it in. Follow your instincts. Bring peace to your life, and your relationships will flourish. That's internal peace, and that is love of yourself. So the way we can practice that, if we choose to release, is to maybe write down the things you want to release. Maybe you don't feel good about the way you look. Maybe you've gained some weight. Maybe, you have a mole in a particular area. We need to release this negative energies we have towards ourselves. So you can write it down, burn it in a candle, put it in the palm of your hands, and blow it out into the ethers. That's one way to release. You could tie a balloon. There's many different ways you can release this energy. You could, again, write it down, throw it out, or just speak it out of your existence. The reason why people do rituals, right? So we could get into that, is to see something visually. It's hitting all the senses, right? We are humans. So when we hit all the senses, right, your eyes, your feeling, your hearing, it helps to boost that release because then our mind believes it. The mind is very powerful. This came out before, Black Moon Lilith. You are also worried about things you don't know. We need to release that as well. We don't know everything. We can't control everything. So releasing the fear and releasing control that is really not in your control is important for you at this time. So I am doing kind of my live podcast. I'm not doing individual readings. I see some of my regulars on here on my YouTube channel. Hi, Brolic. I see you. I recognize you. But I'll go live again to do readings. So we have nourishment here, and this is something we can do. And I want you to start eating healthy because I'm really focused on the greens. So really cleansing our inside. Make sure you're drinking a lot of water. Make sure you are physically releasing poisons from your body, whether that's detoxing, because I'm getting that energy of maybe somebody's over drinking. In particular, I see somebody drinking way too much. So we want to release these toxins from our body by eating a lot of green, eating a lot of vegetables, drinking a lot of water. Maybe it's something you can do for a day, the full moon day, or a couple of days to help release some things from our bodies. So Libra, your final card. Let's see here. Your final card, Libra, came out right away, is keep your heart open. And I love this because this is about love, especially love of yourself. So keep your heart open at this time. And this is also your card, first quarter moon in Libra, moon in Libra. Your emotions are high. Love is on your brain, whether it's self-love or love of an individual, but release the negative. When people love you, love is a positive word, right? Not that negative things can happen in love because they do, we're human. But if it's all negative, if it's abuse, if it's emotional abuse, if it's cheating on top of cheating, on top of cheating, that is negative. And that's what needs to be released. And that could be family too. So now we're going into Scorpio. What does Scorpio need to know for this full moon? What can assist Scorpio? What can assist Scorpio at this time? Let's see, Scorpio. Well, two cards flew out, Scorpio. So emotions are high. Eclipse. Your emotions are clouded. Your judgment is clouded with this eclipse feeling. I haven't even read what this says here. We have acceptance, an emotional phase or domestic development. So yeah, for me, when I got into this, when I held this card, my vision went a little bit cloudy. I think your judgment is cloudy here and is guided by emotion. I really do think I think that you're having a lot of anxiety. I think that you're having a lot of negative feelings. I like this word acceptance here. Yeah, so there's some depression here, and everything seems to be in a cloud or fog for you, Scorpio. That's something I want you to try to release during this full moon. The sun in Virgo, you reap what you sow, right? And that goes endeavor. And that goes, in terms of working on yourself and working on these issues with the anxiety, lack of focus, that cloudy judgment. If you work on this, the sun will come out again, right? You will get a positive reaction from your body when we try to release whatever it is that's causing us this anxiety for you. That reap what you sow card has come out a lot. Let's see here. Another card for Scorpio. You have friends, 11th house. Maybe that's what you need to release. Maybe that's what's clouding your judgment. If you have not been around friends, maybe it's time to be around friends and away from your thoughts. I think that's where spirit is guiding me to tell you is go out and have fun, go out and be young. And if you're not young in age, go out, be young at heart. Let's see here. What's your final card? Life is short. Life is very short to be worried about doing things age appropriate. I'm almost 50 years old. I will go out and throw on some roller skates and act like I'm 12 again. Take a breather. Last quarter moon in Cancer. 2 Cancer cards. Lots of emotion for you. You are also a water sign. But you're also, the Virgo sign came out. So you are also in tune with not only your emotions and others. Again, there is something very heavy about this full moon, like a heaviness on my chest. And I think that I just noticed this card. There's a hand in here. So I think it is going out and being young again and doing a release of this negative energy of anxiety and depression. And I know that's easier said than done. If you are truly, truly, truly depressed and cannot get out of your own way, then seek help. There's nothing wrong with seeking help and talking to someone who can help you get over this hump. And I want you to. I want you to get over the hump. Sagittarius. Moving on to Sagittarius. Again, for people watching and hopping in and out on TikTok, you can catch the replay on YouTube right after this. I'm going to upload it. Excuse me. So Sagittarius, we're coming to our end here for just 3 more signs after this. Moon in Pisces, wonder. We are waking up, right? So when you look at these signs that keep coming out in repetition, especially signs of this, follow your dreams, wonder, we are waking up, right? Not only as individuals, as a collective. We know that the status happening in the world is not where it's at. There needs to be some type of shift and change because the people in power are not taking care of us. We are taking care of ourselves, more so in the collective of like sharing. Some people share crops, some people share money, some people share homes. I think that we are waking up and understanding that we are more of a collective. Sagittarius, for you, I think this is very strong. You're getting a pull to strike out, to strike out and follow your dreams. And if you can't do it full time, do it like me. I do part time. I work a full time job and I do this part time because this feeds my soul. It's my dream. And I also do something that pays the bills. You can do it both. First house, the body, taking care of yourself, following your dreams, what you want to do, putting yourself first. You are the first house. Put yourself forward. And then you could collectively take care of somebody else. We all have those people that never followed their dreams in our lives. And, there's a certain type of bitterness that, people have. At least if it doesn't work out, you can say, I did it. I tried it. That's more than other people get to say and do, Sagittarius. Self-love, again, first house. This is all about you and taking care of yourself finally. So you're releasing the bonds of taking care of other people and putting yourself first. That is what this full moon means for you. I like that. I like that a lot. I think if this resonates for you, and if you're not a Sagittarius or don't know the placements, this message is for you. See the bigger picture. Full moon in what? In Sagittarius. It's all about yourself. And that's okay. And that's okay. Put yourself first. take care of yourself, and things will align, right? That is your message for this full moon, the 13th. I really love that. Really, really, really love that. Let's see here. You go over here. You go over here. So let's shuffle and get to Capricorn. And again, we are winding down. I know this has been long. We are winding down here. On YouTube, I will go and put the timestamps once this video ends. I'll go back and listen and put the timestamps. So let's see here for Capricorn. 2 cards. So Capricorn, self-esteem and transformation. So you got Moon in Scorpio, a change in your emotional life, transformation. So you're going to be going through a change. And you know, for many of you, this is new beginnings and sometimes it's endings. But it's dictated because it's your personal growth. You know, Moon in Taurus, self-esteem. This transformation is definitely tied into how you feel about you, right? So maybe somebody hurt you so bad, it hurts your self-esteem. Um, Maybe this is something you're working on to release that. I think we need to release when people call you, in particular, you know, it's not so much for me your physicality. I think that people have called you stupid because that's the first thing I thought about. So you're not stupid. There's nothing dumb about you, right? What happens is that you no longer let people take advantage of you, and so they use things like that to control you. Words like that. You're nothing without me. You need me. No, you don't. You don't need anyone in your life like that. Let's move forward over here. Trying to keep the same order. That's why you see me. I might want to grab that because Spirit's telling me to grab that, but I'll get to it. 4th house, roots. I like this because this tells me that the people who are holding you back are your mother, your father, your sister, your brother. This is a familial person who had uh, a narcissist who had some control over your life, right? So this is telling me this is someone very close to you. I really don't feel like it's a loved one, especially after seeing this roots card. This is someone you are related to who you need to release. Let's see here. Let's get you a couple of more cards here. Self-reflection. Did I say? Roots, self-reflection, looking at yourself through your own eyes and not them. Um, Really, truly seeing your strength and the effect, the emotional effect they have had on you in a negative way. And probably from childhood, but you know, especially during puberty is what I want to say. Let's take out this. And I might just be picking up someone who's watching too. New moon in Taurus, know your worth. So self-esteem and know your worth twice, 2 different decks, right? Self-worth and self-esteem you are working on at this time, and we're releasing this generational negative energy, right? Especially from narcissistic parents and siblings, is what I want to say. So we need to get away from this energy. And that is for you, Capricorn. See how heavy this got? Because unfortunately, this rings true for so many people. And if you're not a Capricorn and you're hearing this, it's because you need to hear it. Let's get to our Aquariuses. And Aquarius, I have a feeling that you are going to get something in terms of your psychic ability or your ability to see. Very interesting. So let's see, Aquarius. What do we have for Aquarius? Reorganization and love. So it's still going to come out, guys. So eclipse in Virgo and Moon in Libra. Choose duties and responsibilities carefully, and bring love into your life. I think this is important. I think you need to reorganize your priorities to suit yourself. I do think we're going to get some psychic ability cards that come out here, because for some reason, Aquarius, I see you with your third eye open, and maybe that's just the message they want me to pass on to you. Like, not only is your vision open, your third eye is open. So you're coming into this reorganization with all your senses. Third house messages. I told you. You see that third eye that's there? I gotta love my spirit guides because they are always on point. So you are definitely receiving messages, and this, they had me see that third eye open, and they actually gave me the third eye. So really paying attention to your intuition in terms of how you need to go in your love life and how to reorganize your priorities. That is big for you this full moon. I knew it was going to come out. All the hairs on my body are standing at attention. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, my spirit guys. Thank you, God. Let's go. Let's go get you some additional cards here. Trust in the messages you're receiving and where you're being guided to reorganize your life, Aquarius. Is very important at this time, especially loving yourself enough to trust the messages you are receiving, because your visions are heightened. You're seeing things so clear, um, and you're seeing people so clear. There is a fear attached to it, but it's not your fear, is their fear of losing you or you moving away and people not being able to control. Push through any insecurity. First quarter moon in Cancer. Again, trust and push through any insecurity you're having, because your visions are very clear and heightened at this time. Oh, I love this. Let's see here. And then last but not least, let's get to our Pisces. Get to Pisces here. Again, if you're listening on TikTok, this video is going up immediately right after to YouTube or Spotify, Delilah Spiritual Spot. Spotify, you get to see video now. So this video goes up to Spotify, and you get to see the cards. So Pisces, let's see what this Pisces need to know. What this Pisces needs to know. Pisces. Two cards, a lot. Pisces, two Virgo cards. So either you know a Virgo or you're taking on that energy. You're finding your contentment, and it's by reorganizing, choosing duties and responsibilities carefully, by reorganizing. And the chance to boost health and vitality leads to satisfaction. Pay attention to your mind, body, and spirit. One feeds the other, especially for you. I want you to really look at your dietary issues. Let that, that sugar addiction you have go, because it's really pulling a number on you. Sugar is like a drug for many people, and it controls your life. And I'm not the skinniest person on the face. I'm not skinny at all. So I'm going to stop fooling around here. So when I get these messages, and I have been getting them for myself, I happen to be a Taurus though, that there has to be a reorganization in the way we eat, the way we feed ourselves, and what we put our energy into. Because especially for you at this time, it is heightened for you to make this change. And we want to use the energy of the moon. The moon is a calendar, guys. It just tells us when to manifest and release, and to use that energy wisely, especially when the energy is high. escape. 12th house. I like this. So many of you are suffering from a food addiction. You do use it as an escape for Pisces. But if this makes sense for you, listen up, because you might have a Pisces placement. I think you use food as an escape, something to feed, something to push down those emotions. And this is what needs to get released at this time. Because when you see things clearly and you feed your body certain nutrients, you start to heal and you start to regenerate and you start to grow new cells. And we want to be a part of that growth. We want to bring in that energy of being. This flew out in the shuffle, so we'll bring that out. I'm going to give it a second card. We want to breathe that energy. We want to be in that space, that positive space. We have creation here and reorganization. You create when you clear the mind, body, and spirit of that, especially sugar addiction, because we got the food clue there. So taking care of yourself. I do want to draw another card from here. Thank you, Spirit. Threes are very important to you because we have 333 on here. Look up that angel number. But threes are very important to you at that time. You may be seeing a lot of threes. And then you got hunger. Watch what you're hungry for. We want to be hungry for the right things, things that serve us. You know, the hunger that you're trying to satiate is not food hunger. It's hunger for a different way of life. It's hunger for something different to move past that addiction, that food addiction and abuse, right? Especially the abuse I'll highlight because that's what they show me here. Also, some of you are suffering from kidney stones. I have a pain in my right kidney right now. Somebody here is having issues with side pain. So just be aware. Your last card is full moon in Leo. Go wild, but go wild for yourself. Be bold. You know, take your life into your own hands and reorganize and do things, you know, for yourself. Make yourself healthy. It's not about being a certain number on the scale. You know, it's about feeding your body what it needs. And then in turn, your body will feed you in terms of mind clarity. And that is it. So thank you, Pisces. And that's going to end the one live stream.